Hey folks, it's Alex here, and today I'm going to walk you through a piece of equipment that shows up on a lot of remodel forums when people start talking about ditching their old water heater and going for something that actually gives hot water on demand. I know the hesitation that comes with a big ticket purchase like this, especially when the unit lives outside your house, needs a gas line, and promises up to 7.5 gallons per minute. The stakes feel higher because you can't just plug it in and hope it works. You're dealing with venting, sizing, and the kind of heat output that will affect your whole household's hot water routine. If after watching this you still feel uncertain, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'll break down exactly what you should be looking for before you click Add to Cart. First off, let's talk about the category itself. Outdoor tankless water heaters sit at the intersection of two big concerns: energy efficiency and space constraints. For families that have limited indoor space, placing a hefty tank inside a basement or crawl space can be a nightmare. At the same time, the promise of tankless technology is lower standby loss, meaning you're not constantly heating a massive volume of water you never use. The Noritz NR98 ODNG fits that niche by being designed specifically for outdoor installation, which eliminates the need to carve out indoor real estate for a bulky tank. It also claims 84% thermal efficiency, a number that translates to less natural gas wasted as heat that never reaches your taps. That efficiency figure matters most when you run the heater continuously, say during a morning shower rush or when multiple fixtures are drawing hot water at the same time. Who should actually consider this unit? If you have a modern home with a gas line that can be extended to the exterior, and you're looking for a water heater that can keep up with multiple showers, a dishwasher, and maybe even a washing machine without a dip in temperature, the NR98OD could be a solid match. The 199,000 BTU rating gives it enough firepower to handle 7.5 GPM at a modest 5F rise. In practice, that means you could run two full-size showers simultaneously, each typically using about 2.5 GPM, and still have enough hot water for a load of dishes. I've spoken to a few plumbing professionals who said the flow metric is fairly realistic for a four-person household in a moderately climate-controlled environment. If your home sits in a region where winter temperatures plunge well below freezing, you'll want to verify that the incoming water temperature doesn't drop too low for the heater's performance curve, otherwise you'll see a drop in GPM output. On the other side of the ledger, who should walk away? If you live in a small apartment or a rental property where you can't commit to exterior modifications, this isn't the right play. You'll need to install a vented, freeze-protected enclosure, and that can become an extra cost that chips away at the perceived savings. Also, if you're primarily on electric power and don't have a natural gas connection, or you're not comfortable running a new gas line, you'll be looking at a different solution entirely. The no venting required claim only applies when the unit is installed outdoors. Moving it indoors would defeat that claim and introduce serious safety issues. Finally, if your water usage is light, say a single occupant who rarely takes more than one shower a day, the upfront cost of a 199,000 BTU outdoor tankless heater may not be justified compared to a traditional tank heater that's cheaper to purchase and install. Now, let's drill into the practical strengths that set this model apart from the generic competition you see on the shelf. The self-diagnostic onboard computer is more than a buzzword. In real life, it means the unit can detect when a sensor is out of range, when gas pressure fluctuates, or when the flow sensor isn't detecting enough water. Then it will shut down safely and flash a diagnostic code. For a homeowner who isn't a plumber, that translates into peace of mind. You have a built-in way to know why the heater stopped working before you start tearing it apart. The activation flow rate is listed at 0.5 GPM, which is low enough that you don't need a huge pump just to get the heater to light. That's a subtle win because it reduces the chance of false triggers when the water stream is briefly interrupted, like when a faucet is turned off mid-shower. Another practical advantage is the outdoor-only design itself. Because it's built to stand up to the elements, the unit's heat exchanger is coated with a corrosion-resistant finish. In areas with harsh winters, owners have reported that the heater can sit idle for weeks without any noticeable performance drop, as long as the freeze protection valve is set correctly. That means you're not constantly fighting rust or scale buildup, which are common headaches for indoor tankless units that have to cope with high humidity inside a house. But